Amor fati again, love. It's an interesting thing, this idea of what love might mean in terms of loving an object, loving an idea, loving one's fate. I think that they're all very different things, different aspects of something that we sort of bundle all together in terms of our view of love. In particular, I wanted to talk about amor fati, love of one's fate. Now, the obvious parallel, I guess, or obvious tie-in is, the Enchiridion, Epictetus, where there's things you can control and things that you can't control. So you accept that which you cannot control, and you try and alter that which you can control. You only concentrate on that which you can actually control. Now, accepting that which you can't control. Okay, you accept it. How about you love it? You don't just accept it. You wholeheartedly love it. It could mean embracing it. That could mean, it's kind of the way I mean it in terms of embracing it. Like when you're loving something, you don't necessarily believe that it's good. Like, we all know about parents of horrible criminals that still will, out of love, will protect their children from bad things. Or, your wife or something who's done something awful, you still love them. Even though you're not really sure that they're a good person, or perhaps you see that there's goodness in them and you love them for that bit of goodness in them, or however you might phrase that to yourself. Let's say your love of your fate. What does that actually mean? Does that actually mean that you want to have the fate that you have? Or is it just that you are now accepting and loving the fate that you have? It's that big tricky thing. Do you accept that which you can't change or not? Or do you rail against it, go down fighting type thing? I guess it depends on temperament, but what I'd like to sort of consider is the nuts and bolts, I guess, of loving one's fate. For example, you're on a cattle car being herded into Auschwitz and it's 1944 and you're Jewish. You gonna love that fate? Now, I'm not going to encourage anyone else to do that. I'm not going to say, well, yeah, you can fix all that simply by embracing all of this and love it. Okay, I'm not going to tell anyone else to do that. But let's say I decide that I want to do it, or that I'm going to attempt it. I'm going to attempt to love that which is about to befall me. I'm not saying, is it a smart thing to do? I'm not asking if it's a good thing to do. Is it possible? That's kind of the question. Now, I think I know my answer. It won't be easy, but I believe that it would be possible. But again, I'm not telling anybody else to do this. That's presumptuous. I'm just saying, let's say I'm in that position. Is there something I can do about it? Or can I embrace my fate? Where, even though I know what awaits me is horrific, can I embrace it and love it? Interesting thought, I think.